Hello, and welcome. It is your mom of three in NYC, and I am back with another video. If this happens to be the first time here, welcome. My name is Teneza. I am the mother of three precious kitties living in the heart of New York City. I want to invite you to join my YouTube family, my tribe. All you have to do, SUBSCRIBE, SUBSCRIBE. Smash that subscribe button below. Please make sure to also make sure you turn on your post notifications so every time I upload, you get the alert. Friends, this video is a review of Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 5. Before I jump in, tribe, this episode was stressful. It was not fun to watch. Let's get into the details. Take me down to Paradise City. We are now in day 2 of marriage in Cancun, Mexico, on the honeymoon. All the couples have drinks together. Orion tells Lauren, getting to know you has been a pleasure. Emily tells Brennan, it has exceeded my expectations. Claire, wah, wah, wah. We're gonna give Claire a name. We're gonna start calling Somber Susan because she is a wet blanket. She is. While the other couples are launching all these compliments, she says that Cameron and I are two very different people. Austin and Becca, the experts nailed it, and that visibly makes Cameron jealous of them. First day of honeymoon, it rains outside. Becca and Austin, according to Becca, she and Austin are happy monsters in the morning. They are equal parts weird, but there's a nice balance of being silly and being serious. The fact that Austin is sitting in the tub fully clothed eating food makes me think that he has dirty habits. It does. What? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you sitting in a tub fully clothed eating? I think he may have some dirty habits, you guys. Emily and Brennan. According to them, they showered together. Emily ended up slipping and falling, hurting her arm. Brennan finds Emily's drive and her work ethic sexy, until she mentions that she's bad at budgeting and does not know where her money goes. Then he's like, wait, what? You don't know where your money goes? They're gonna build this empire together, okay? I, Teneza, I feel like Claire is a person who sees the glass as half empty. I do. Even the fact that she got up earlier than Cameron, she makes a comment about it. I've been awake for hours. Cameron slept in. What's the big deal? He's on a vacation. Let him sleep as long as he wants. Claire, you're not better or worse because you got up early, coming from an early bird. Cameron and Claire do discuss physical intimacy. He is more confused after the conversation. The conversation shed no light. He's even more confused now. And then Claire, just Debbie Downer. We're gonna name her Debbie Downer. She makes fun of Cameron's fashion sense. In particular, the bathing suit he wears doesn't match. He's wearing like one of those surfer shirts and with matching trunks, but they don't match. But they're similar enough. Like, I feel like she's making a big deal out of the most ridiculous things. Like, she is Debbie Downer. Lauren and Orion, they start the episode chummy, kiss, kiss, but they don't end the episode that way. Lauren and Orion, they're hugging in the pool. What annoys me about them is they really analyze each day. They conversation is just analyzing their time together. Lauren only wants to have one child, but she's open for adoption. And honestly, tribe, this is why I don't like seeing previews, because the entire time I'm watching them, I'm waiting for the problem to arise. Why? Because the teaser last week's episode is they got into a conflict. This is why I have to really be more diligent about cutting the episode off before the teaser is shown. Claire, wah, wah, wah. When she tells Cameron, you fixed bikes, right? Usually, you guys know, Emily annoys me. She gets on my nerve. This week it's Claire. Claire, there's like, what positive thing does she say the entire episode? What light, what brightness? She is wah, wah, wah the entire episode. I thought that her tone when she asked Cameron about his job was super rude, super dismissive. Cameron explains that each bike is different. So yes, I fix bikes, but each bike is different. And he also, which I thought was awesome, he discusses the social aspect of cyclists, how it improves mental health. Claire says that she respects what Cameron does for a living. Becca and Austin, they go out on a boat. Literally, tribe, the entire time. I think it's what they were calling love bombing lately. They just love bomb each other. Lauren and Orion analyze the time together, the relationship. Becca and Austin, all they talk about is how great each other is, what a great match they are. But it's like constant. You're so great. They hit the nail on the head. You're awesome. You're perfect. It's just a lot, a lot. The other couples do physical activities. Emily and Brennan, they go drinking. So like I said, the other couples do physical activities. Claire and Cameron went paddleboarding. Becca and Austin went on the boat. Not Emily and Brennan. They go to a tequila tasting. I will say this, Emily can hold her liquor. Sure can. She was taking shot after shot after shot like a champ. Brennan was like feeling it. She's like, nah, give me the next one and the next one. I said, Brennan is getting wasted. According to Emily, I was a huge partier in college. We never doubt that. You're absolutely telling the truth, Emily. I completely believe you. Again, how are Orion and Lauren experiencing their marriage when that's literally all they discuss? Well, it's, yeah, all they discuss. All they discuss. Orion wants to be 80-20 as the provider, and Lauren is here for that. When she asked him, what's your manscaping? Is that appropriate? I get it, like you're on a reality TV show, but just some questions. Maybe the camera shouldn't be there. According to Lauren, she likes low over no, and they start kissing. Discussing how many kids they want to have. Austin talks about being the only child, how he grew up bored at the house. Becca grew up in a privileged upper middle class family, and the love bombs continue. I love love. Teneza loves love. I'm here for it. And I want them all the couples to work out. But this constant love bombing is just exhausting. It is exhausting. It is. And the thing about love bombing is that it's kind of the boy that cried wolf. Like, if you guys constantly are just doing this, I mean, maybe their love language is words of affirmation. Maybe that's what it is. Because for me, it's beginning to lose value because that's all they do. That's all they do. Claire and Cameron have the most non-romantic dinner possible. And it started off on a good note because Cameron even says, let's use this dinner as a starting point for a good night. That might have been possible without Debbie Downer. Wah, wah, wah. Claire, why are we discussing therapy at dinner? Why? Instead of being focused on why Cameron doesn't feel like he needs therapy right now in his life, focus on keeping your eyes open, Claire, because you're wasted. Focus on keeping your eyes open because you could barely keep your eyes awake. Claire, stop disagreeing. Every other sentence, Cameron says, well, I disagree. Well, I disagree. Well, yeah, I disagree. Stop disagreeing. Focus on keeping your eyes open. and stop talking about how different you guys are. We know that you're different. You're different people, she said, different viewpoints, different personalities. What about relaxing and having fun? What about that? On a fully paid vacation in Cancun, Mexico, you're staying at an all-inclusive resort. Relax and have fun. Being a Debbie Downer, it's exhausting. Cameron wanted this to be a good night, but you're going to discuss Cameron was in therapy as a child, but not as an adult. Why don't you think you need therapy? Come on, you're obviously biased because you are a therapist. Claire was exhausting. When Emily and Brennan take a walk on the beach, it's after a day of drinking, and that's obvious. It is. Clue number one for me, maybe I'm not adventurous. When I go to the beach tribe, I sit down on a towel or blanket. I don't just sit down on the sand, first of all. They're bare butt to the sand. But then Emily, in her tipsiness, starts talking about sex. It was a little bit cringy. She asked Brennan, are you there with me? You know why? Because Emily is ready right now. That's Teneza speaking. Brennan's trying to be mature. Brennan's trying to do it the right way. He said, let's focus on the emotional connection, and then we can focus on the physical one. Austin in this hat. I mentioned it last review. Why is he always... How do you wear a hat in the pool? What? Becca's not feeling well, so she's not in the pool. Austin is, he's super empathetic. I like how he's handling her not feeling well. Lauren and Orion. OMG, you guys. This scene right here, it was painful to watch. I like to watch TV as an escape. I like to watch TV to get engrossed, enthralled, and just really enjoy what I'm watching. This was not that. It starts off with Lauren asking Orion, does he use the N-word? His answer was no. Then she asked Orion, have you ever used the N-word? He said yes, as a teenager, singing along to songs, but that his family put him in check, and he does not do that anymore. Doesn't condone it. Again, he was young, had to grow up and realize this. So Lauren wants to punch him in honor of her ancestors. But then they have this conversation about, have you ever used the term red skin? And she said no. But then I guess, I don't know if she was like too smiley or too laughy when he mentioned the term, and then she mentioned, well, your skin is red right now, and a turn for the worse. A turn for the worse. It is not a joke to discuss red skin. And so then Orion gives her the explanation of where the term came from, and he feels like she's just being dismissive of how she treated the use of the word. Stressful conversation. And then Lauren brings up the fact that in the ride from the airport to the hotel, Cameron mentioned leaving the reservation. And Orion was able to brush it off as ignorance, yet as a Black woman, when Lauren makes a mistake and says something offensive, he is getting upset. According to Orion, reservation and redskin are two completely different topics. It was stressful, you guys. It was honestly stressful watching him discuss this. Well, I can see how you feel that way, and I'm sorry that, I mean, like, OMG, you guys. I don't want to say it's their youth, this generation. I mean, I'm all about being empathetic and communicating effectively, but it was just, I was ready for that scene to end. I was. It was long, drawn out, and I was ready. So again, this is their first tension. Looking over all the couples, so we know that Michael is no longer part of the show because his bride does not want to be a bride. Emily and Brennan, I feel like so far it's so good. They haven't had any kind of tension yet. Becca and Austin are also on cloud 9. They have not had any kind of controversy yet. Clare and Cameron, Debbie Downer, it's been all tension. It's all been glass half empty. We're so different. Yeah, no. Lauren and Orion have had their first hiccup, we will call it a hiccup. We now cut to Becca and Austin the next morning eating on the beach. Becca does not drink, and that's okay with Austin. In the past, Becca has dated guys where that's been an issue. And then they talk about death. Literally every couple had an uncomfortable conversation. Every couple had a conversation that I wish we didn't have to witness. Emily and Brennan, we discussed the fact that she isn't budget. She makes all this money, is so successful, but does not budget, nor knows where her money goes. Becca and Austin discuss death and how they're not scared of it. Clare and Cameron, therapy. Lauren and Orion, the whole Redskin N-word debacle. It was a debacle. Any questions, comments, drop them down below. Otherwise, I will see you in our next Married at First Sight review.